In this video, we are going to be covering some of the hottest upcoming NFT projects that you need to watch out for, as well as some of the most impactful NFT and crypto news that you've missed. Now, diving into the macro crypto markets real quick, we're going to talk about what's going on in America with the SEC. So if you didn't know already, the SEC a week ago is basically filing all these charges against Binance.us for selling securities and all these things and breaking so many American laws. So it seems like the SEC is kind of attacking crypto in a sense. And then also they are attacking Coinbase as well. It's quite interesting because from my understanding, Coinbase actually have been trying to do everything by the books. They're trying to get clarity of what's a security, what's not a security, so they can do the right thing. They are communicating to everyone, and that's why they make like all these videos, and they have a YouTube channel and stuff like that explaining their situation. They've actively been trying to talk to the SEC to figure out what's right and what's wrong. They're okay with following the rules. The problem is that nobody ever gives them what the rules are, and then they say, hey, you guys are messing up, but well, where are the rules? Coinbase is actually turning this around. Is they're basically saying that if the US continues to punish crypto companies saying that they're selling securities and this and that and everything they're doing is illegal, then all these crypto companies are going to move offshore to places like Asia and other places where maybe the crypto laws are more relaxed, and America's going to lose out on that innovation. So Coinbase is basically making that marketing push to say, hey, we are the good guys. We're willing to work with you, but you guys are not willing to work with us. And so there's this whole battle going on. And that actually does affect the crypto markets because as people are uncertain, they're not sure what's going to happen. Are people going to sell their ETH and their Bitcoin because they're not sure what the regulations are going to be? Or maybe because people are not trusting the government, they want to buy more crypto, right? And crypto is a very volatile asset. So Ethereum did dip a little bit. If we're just looking at the last 7 days, you can see like this little big dip over here, but 1.740. And when we are looking at the fear and greed index, right now we are fearful, and we've been fearful for a long time. So hopefully we've all figured this through. But something to note is that, yeah, the US market is a big market for crypto in general, but still, other places exist. Like Asia, for example, they buy a lot of crypto as well. So just because one place lags behind doesn't mean the rest of the world won't continue to adopt crypto, because there is a movement, there is a philosophy there, especially around like Bitcoin and stuff like that. Now let's go ahead and get into some NFT action. So one of the more popular mints coming up is going to be Ether, which is going to be June 30th. They're going to have a 10K supply, selling public at 0.65. So going on the mint page of their website, the white list, which is kind of hard to get, there's going to be 1750 of these. So these people can mint their tokens at 0.35 or get it for free. Now, if you want to buy it public, right, which is where all the FOMO and everything is going to come in, it's going to be 8,000 supply at 0.65, which is going to be about $1,144 at the time of this recording, right? So it's definitely the most expensive anime mint over the past year. Valhalla, which minted last year in like November, I believe, was 0.5, and that was like, oh my God, so expensive during a bear. So this is even more expensive during even more bearish macro market, right? So we'll have to see how the market responds to it. But when we're looking at the website itself, I like it. It's pretty cool. They got like the music over here, the design and everything. My gut feeling is they try to make it more like a video game, almost like a gacha game. If you ever play like these anime games on your phone or whatever. So they got the mint information, they got the roadmap. So the roadmap, it's pretty simple, right? They're pretty clear of what they're trying to do. So they're going to make merch, clothes. They're trying to be like positioned as a high-end luxury brand. So I guess you can kind of see like Azuki did a collaboration with Ambush, which is considered a luxury brand, right? That would be the closest example that we have if you want to reference back in history. You're going to be able to wear your clothes that you buy and put it on your PFP as well, which Azuki has already done with their hoodies as well, right? So the next part of the roadmap is going to be IP expansion, which basically means that if you have a Ether, you can kind of do what you want with it, and they try really hard to make it unique so that you can do something special, right? So I guess like building IP on top of their IP, I suppose. And storytelling, which is kind of like more IP, whether it's a webtoon, there's going to be like a digitally illustrated black and white, basically a digital illustrated like manga, or maybe call it even a webtoon, just to build attention for the project, right? And then lastly, community, which everyone has a community. So it's going to be luxury clothing, using those clothes, put on your PFP. You can use your PFP to build on top of if you want to, like if you want to be a rapper using an Ether, right? Storytelling at its most basic form, it's a webtoon or a manga with color, which can evolve into other things in the future, don't get me wrong. And community. So that is going to be the roadmap, and the team, it's going to be V. Obviously, he's the artist for this, and CV, which is the co-founder who I suppose handles more of the business aspect of things. And so that's pretty much it. So if you are looking at Ether, seeing where the action is, June 30th is the date. Okay, so the next project we're going to talk about is going to be a luxury product or a luxury fashion brand, which is Louis Vuitton. So basically they came out with this trunk, and a bunch of influencers have been writing threads about it because they were gifted this trunk. So obviously you have to understand that in some ways they're being compensated for writing nice words about about a company, which I have nothing against. You know what I mean? They can be sharing their honest opinions, right? And they might love the product, which is great. So basically this chunk's going to be about 40K. When you mint it, it's soul bound. You cannot buy and sell it. So it's going to be stuck in a wallet forever. It's basically like a membership pass that allows you access to future NFT drops that they want to do in the future. And then you're also going to get the physical trunk itself. So you can see here, Mr. Farouk is also one of the people that were gifted one of these boxes. So this is what the box is going to be. It's pretty cool, I would say. It's a luxury product. And just so you know, like Louis Vuitton luxury trunks, they're like a rare thing that people collect that have been around for decades. It's pretty interesting that they would take a product that already works, turn it into an NFT, and make it cool, right? So the supply is not confirmed yet, but it's very clear that not everybody can afford this product. It is a luxury product. So yeah, I mean, if you're in the market for a Louis Vuitton box and you're interested in what Louis Vuitton does in the NFT space, definitely check it out if you got the budget. All right, next piece of news that we have to have is going to be Ape Coin. Now, there has been a lot of FUD and a lot of talk about what's going on with the Ape Coin Council. So a lot of people are upset that the people who are on the Ape Coin DAO, basically the people that run ApeCoin essentially, they're getting paid and people don't like the payments. And it's kind of an interesting situation because they'll be like, so our boy Mike Get Up over here, part of Spirit DAO, shout out to Spirit DAO. Basically he's like, yeah, you know, he's just kind of putting out the salaries and repeating what they say. And then the last one is like being special, 104K per month, which is kind of funny, right? People have different opinions on this. So here's my personal thoughts. If you think like ApeCoin as a tech company, these salaries aren't necessarily ridiculous, right? Because there are marketing people that get paid more than 100K a year. There are project managers getting paid 200, 250K a year just to be a project manager. People get paid quite a lot of money, right? So first of all, you have to recognize the market. And it's just true that in tech, a lot of people get paid really well. Like sometimes do they really deserve it? Not really, I don't know. But because that's the way the market is, it's hard to find talent, so they're willing to overspend, right? It's just like 9K a month for supervised operations, so an operations person, 8K a month for moderators and admins. Might be a little excessive to some, but hey, you know, maybe they're really good at what they do. Secretary, 7K a month, and then special counsel. I mean, you could think of these as almost ambassadors for ApeCoin, right? Even Yat is there, so it's like 20K a month each. So like 100K. So if you kind of think about it, the market cap of the circulating supply of ApeCoin is 839 million. The fully diluted is 2 billion. So they're spending like $1.5 million a year on just running ApeCoin for this $800 billion market cap coin. It's not as crazy as you think. You know what I mean? There's plenty of other projects that, you know, have less money. They spend a lot more on salaries. At the end of the day, ApeCoin is actually a private company, right? So they can technically decide what they want to pay anyone, whether you think it's right or wrong. And a very important note you have to keep in mind is this. On this particular image, right, they have the via AIP 239 and whatever, right? So when you go to apecoin.com, you click on proposals, this thing's going to open up and it's going to say like AIP and then a number, right? So you click on the one that they're talking about over here. So AIP 39, for example, AIP 39, I have it open right here. Scroll down, they're already telling you what they're going to pay everybody. And you look over here, they allow people who hold ApeCoin to vote on this, right? In favor, against, abstain. I don't know why people are making such a big deal out of this when this is something that they voted on in April. So is it like really a shocker that these guys are getting paid? Not really, because it's literally in the ApeCoin website. So I think it's a situation, sometimes the news needs a sensational hit. They need people to create clicks. So it's not as crazy as you think. Don't get fooled by the Twitter drama and stuff. Like really just look into it. You know, like all the information's there. Sometimes it's concealed in a way, like they don't tell you exactly what this is or where to find it or what the link is. But if you do a little research, you know, it's reasonable because ApeCoin holders voted on it and they voted in favor. And so with that said, that is everything we got to cover for this video. If you enjoyed it, make sure to give it a like, subscribe, turn on notifications, and I will see you in the next one.